Now, are you sure you don't mind looking after her while I'm away?
No, of course not, Auntie Flo. It'll be a pleasure, won't it, Toby?
Oh, yes. I've always liked rabbits. Hello, little Whippy Whippy. Hello. What's he called?
Her name's Katie.
Ah, hello, Katie. Now, you're not to worry. Auntie Flo won't be away for long, and we'll take good care of you.
What will we have to do?
Well, you'll have to feed her, of course. She's particularly fond of cabbage leaves. Oh, and she'll need fresh water every day.
And you'll have to give a nice clean straw for her bed and take her out of the hutch at least once a day so she can get some exercise.
That's right. And she'll need grooming. That means keeping her clean and well brushed.
There are lots of things to remember when you're looking after a pet, aren't there?
Oh, yes, there are. But fortunately, I know a song that might help you to remember them all.
Oh. Then we'd better hear it, hadn't we?
Yes, I think so. Now, pay attention. Music. You have to take care of your pet. Make sure that you never forget. Plenty of water and lots to eat. Lots of exercise, lots of treats. So make sure you never forget. You have to look after your pet. You have to look after your pet. Make sure that you never forget. Make sure she's always safe and warm, somewhere dry in the wildest storm. Brush her down and change her straw. Whatever you do, you've got to make sure. Make sure you never forget. You have to look after your pet.
Yes, we'll remember all those things, Katie. You can rely on us.
I'm sure she can. Well, I must be going. Goodbye, Katie. Now be good. Goodbye, Toby.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Snodgrass. Oh, you will look after her, won't you?
Of course we will.
I'll walk down to the gates with you, Auntie Flo.
Right.
What did Auntie Flo say she eats? Cabbage leaves?
Yes. Come on, let's go and find some.
And some fresh water. We mustn't forget that.
Certainly not. Come on.
Now, don't worry about Katie. We'll make sure she comes to no harm.
I'm sure you will. I'm just a little worried about the hutch.
Why?
Well, I think the door's a bit loose. I was going to mend it, but I haven't had time. I just hope Katie can't get out, that's all.
I'll tell you what. I'll look at the door for you, and if it is loose, I'll fix it myself.
Oh, that's very good of you, magician. Do you think you can manage that?
Of course. Leave it to me.
Well, goodbye.
Goodbye.
And thank you again for looking after Katie.
Don't mention it, Auntie Flo. It'll be a pleasure, and she'll be safe and sound when you come back.
Good. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Now then, which one do you think she'd like? We've got 5 cabbages to choose from.
They all look pretty much the same to me. I don't suppose Katie cares which one we give her.
Snodgrass! We want to make a good job of looking after her, so we ought to give her the very best.
Well, perhaps this one here might be a tiny bit bigger than the other cabbages.
Yes, I think you're right. We'll take her that one.
I expect it tastes just the same as the others, though. Just because it's bigger doesn't mean that it's better.
No, but there'll be more for her to eat. Now, Auntie Flo says we've got to give her some water as well. Where should we go for that?
Well, if it was up to me, I'd get it from Barrel. But if you're being really particular, we could always get an owl to fly us to the land of Zorn. Then we could walk miles and miles to the Blue Mountains, and then we could get some water from the Silver River. I'm told it's very clear.
I think the water from Barrel will be all right.
Thank goodness for that. I was only joking about going to the land of Zorn.
It was an interesting idea, though. Still, if you go and get some water from Barrel, I'll take this cabbage back to Katie. Okay? Here we are. Here we are, Katie. I've got you the best cabbage in the garden. I'm sure you like... Katie? Katie? Oh, no! She's gone! Katie's gone!
So I said to him, we could always go to the land of Zorn.
Snodgrass! Snodgrass, have you seen Katie?
Yes, of course I have.
Oh, thank goodness for that. Where's she?
She's in the rabbit hutch, of course.
Oh, no, but she isn't, you see. The door of the hutch is open, and she's gone.
Gone? Gone where?
How should I know? She could be anywhere. She might even have got out of the garden.
Oh, I hope not. What if the fox got her?
Oh, this is awful. You haven't seen a rabbit anywhere, have you, Barrow?
No, I'm afraid not.
What shall we do?
Why don't you go and tell the magician? He'll know what to do.
Yes, you're right. Come on, Snodgrass.
There you are.
Oh, magician!
What is it? What's the matter?
Have you seen Kate Rabbit anywhere?
Oh, yes, of course I have.
Where? And please don't say, in the hutch.
I wouldn't dream of it. You see, she isn't in the hutch.
We know that. But how did you know that?
Well, because it was I who took her out.
Huh?
You see, the door of the hutch is loose, and Katie might have escaped and got into danger. So I brought her up here, where she'd be safe until I could mend that door.
Oh, I see. Thank goodness you're all right, Katie. We were really worried about you. We thought you'd escaped.
That would have been serious. Tame animals like Katie wouldn't last long in the wild.
Why not?
Well, because they're not used to finding their own food, for a start. And secondly, they don't know when something is dangerous, like wild animals do. A fox would find Katie very easy to catch, because she's not used to being careful.
I see. So Kate is lucky that she didn't escape.
Yes. Now, when Peter Puffle's mouse escaped...
I didn't know he had a mouse.
Didn't you? Oh, yes. Old Mr. Puffle gave it to him.
Oh, and he got away, did it?
It certainly did. And if you'd like to know more, I suggest we all go and look in the magic puddle.
Right.
Now, you just stay there, Katie. We won't be long.
What was the mouse called?
Oh, I don't think he had a name, but let's see, shall we?
As Peter Puffle came running down Puddle Lane, he saw Sarah and Davy, who were just going into the magician's garden. "Hi! Wait for me!" cried Peter. "Just look at my mouse! Isn't she a beauty?" "Don't frighten her," whispered Sarah. "Where did you get her?" whispered Davy. "Uncle Percy gave her to me," said Peter. "That's Mr. Puffle, isn't it?" asked Sarah. They went into the garden. "We're going to take some nuts to the mice who live in a hollow tree," said Sarah. "I want some dry grass so that my mouse can make a nest," said Peter. They came to the hollow tree, and Davy put a nut inside. "I can't see any mice," said Peter. "Shh," said Sarah. "You'll frighten them if you make such a noise." A little wood mouse came out and began to eat. "Oh, look!" cried Peter. The little mouse ran back under the trees. They had just got some dry grass for Peter's mouse when they saw Mr. Go-to-Bed. He was sitting on the ground, fast asleep. "Oh, he does look silly," said Peter. He took a long piece of grass and began to tickle Mr. Go-to-Bed's nose. Mr. Go-to-Bed's nose twitched. Peter went on tickling. "Shoo!" sneezed Mr. Go-to-Bed. He woke up. Peter hid the grass behind his back. Oh, hello, Peter," said Mr. Go-to-Bed. "Oh, there are lots of flies in the garden today. One keeps landing on my nose." He shut his eyes and went back to sleep. "Look, Peter," cried Sarah. "Where's your mouse?" The mouse's cage was empty. Peter picked it up. "You've let my mouse out!" he cried. "Of course we didn't," said Sarah. "I expect you knocked up the catch on the door when you put the cage down." "I've got to find her." "We'll help you," said Davy. "She can't have gone far. Come on, let's look for her." And they began to look in the grass in the magician's garden.
I want to know if they found the mouse.
And so you shall. Next time. But I think it's a good idea if we all go and check that. Would you like to read, Snodgrass?
I certainly would.
Good. Come on then. Now, pencils and paper, pens and ink, the words shall appear before you can blink. Now, Sarah and Davy were just about to come into our garden when Peter Puffle ran up and said,
Just look at my mouse.
Where? You haven't got a mouse, Snodgrass?
I know. I'm reading what Peter Puffle said.
I know. It was a joke. Never mind, carry on.
Thank you, Toby. Now, Snodgrass, can you remember who Sarah and Davy saw in the garden?
That's easy. It was Mr. Go-to-bed. He's always asleep.
Yes, he does sleep a lot. Anyway, that's when Peter Puffle decided to play a trick on him.
He tickled his nose with a piece of grass. That made Mr. Go-to-bed sneeze, and he woke up.
Yes, but what did Mr. Go-to-bed think it was?
He thought a fly had landed on his nose.
You're absolutely right. Anyway, he soon went back to sleep. But then the children looked round and they saw something awful had happened.
The mouse's cage was empty.
That's right.
It had escaped.
It had. And we shall find out next time if they manage to find Peter Puffle's mouse. Now, we better see about mending that door to the rabbit hutch. Otherwise, Katie will be the next one to escape.
Do you know how to mend rabbit hutches?
I haven't the faintest idea. I'm afraid I'm not as good as Auntie Flo at that sort of thing. But I do know a magic spell that will mend it.
Oh, good. What do we need?
Well, first we need something beginning with for mending.
Melon, mushrooms,